last November, I was aware of a steel company that was considering a major expansion in Youngstown. And knowing that Youngstown was competing with two other cities, it was very apparent that people in our area were doing all that they could to draw that business here. And because I had been to Growing Power and we had considered doing aquaponics here as well, I thought if we approached this steel company and said, can we design a system whereby we use your waste heat and other space that's non-manufacturing, grow as much food year-round as possible, and then turn that into an employee wellness program. With that idea, I approached one of Congressman Ryan's staff members who was very interested in the concept. And that led to talking to people at Ohio State University, at the Research Center in Worcester. And as I started sharing that idea with more people, there was more and more support for that. So especially the people at OSU have been very supportive. And while we haven't begun the work, and it hasn't been decided if we're going to work with this steel company, the general idea of what I'm calling a workforce food center has really increased there's been a lot of interest in that. And I would say the best way to describe it is that we as an organization would deal with the business and make the business case to them that we can steward your land, utilize assets that right now are underutilized, and that we can grow food on site, deal with some of the appropriate waste that would serve a growing operation, and then reduce healthcare costs by making fresh, affordable, nutritious, environmentally friendly grown food available to their employees. Because the healthcare situation is such that businesses especially are finding that they're losing competitiveness to other countries. That's one of the reasons why the idea is taken off, that whatever we can do to help our businesses be more competitive and at the same time make the employees healthier and more productive, it's a win-win for everybody involved. We see food production on these sites as being very productive, very much informed by the best research, and at a scale that volunteers probably wouldn't be able to handle, or employees who are working there, a few hours, that probably wouldn't work well. So what we hope is that we will have a growing number of people that we train or others train, maybe urban people who have gone through training programs who are looking for land, and we think for the grower it's very advantageous that they would be able to work at a place where they didn't have to purchase the land, where they didn't have to create a market. The market is already there, so that means the distribution costs and the time costs of hauling their food to a farmer's market is cut out. So having that very direct link from grower to consumer is going to leave more of the money to the actual growers. So what we're really hoping is this is a way for small-scale growers to be more sustainable. And because we're going to be adding a wellness component to it and a nutrition plan, we hope that the value that we're bringing to the company will be properly compensated so that we can augment the pay of the grower. Hopefully with the goal of having each grower make a similar amount of income as to the people working in the facility itself.